Hey, what is up guys, and welcome back to the channel. So recently in my downtime, I've been playing through Mafia Definitive Edition. Absolutely awesome game. If you've never checked it out, trust me, it has an absolutely awesome storyline with some great twists and turns. However, one mission that's quite notorious in the original game for being damn near impossible and really awkward to do is the the racing mission. And I kind of played through it on the definitive edition, which obviously has a lot more modern feeling to it, and I absolutely really enjoyed this mission. The reason I thought, you know what, I'm going to make a video on it. 1932 racing, it's not very often you see these kind of cars in, well, any game really. You've got a ton of horsepower, skinny little tyres with next to no grip, and an absolutely hilarious ramming system in the game, which you're going to see me use on, I believe, the second or third lap to some hilarious results. So let's talk about it. So quite early on in the story, you're going to come across this mission, and honestly, I had huge fun doing it. It just so many laughs, and just the thought of, this is a game about the mafia, and all of a sudden we're sabotaging someone's race, and taking part in it ourselves. It's very kind of cliche that the main, I guess protagonist or whatever you want to call them, has to take part in this game. This race, and try and win it, because all of a sudden your driver's been beaten up badly by another gang. So yeah, pretty hilarious, and it's pretty funny that this taxi driver who ends up joining the mob is now also racing Grand Prix cars. So I mean, what's not to love? So taking part in the race, obviously it's kind of easy. If you really want to be overly aggressive, you can basically just spin them all out and end up at the front pretty damn quick. However, I didn't want to make it look kind of too easy. I kind of just sort of took it a little bit serious, but it is kind of difficult. One thing to note, these cars do drive pretty terribly. I had the simulation handling model on, and trust me, these cars love to lock up the brakes and just go in a straight line, and it can put you in some really awkward situations. As you can see, I'm not really bothered about sort of racing too cleanly. After all, it's a racing game, it's a mafia game. As you can see, I used the ram feature there and just took myself wide. But yeah, seriously, you can have tons of fun with this mission. I remember like way back when I played the original Mafia as a kid, I really did struggle with this mission, and I absolutely hated it. I mean, I've always loved racing games, but this just stood out as a stinker. However, playing it again in 2022, I know this game got released in like 2020, I believe, but it is currently on the PS Plus. So I actually got around to playing this. Mafia 2 was originally my favourite. I absolutely loved that game, but I got around to playing the upgraded, completely redone edition of the original, and honestly, I must say it's just heaps of fun. And definitely a good game. As you can see, there's the ramming feature. Absolutely just sent him flying. One thing I kind of like about this race as well is the AI, you've probably noticed, will sort of have, I guess, set periods where they kind of go out of the race. So the guy you sabotaged, his car will go out straight away. Then there'll be a couple of cars crashing throughout, and then the one that you saw on the left hand side there will be set fire to, or well, gone up in flames by the end of lap 3. So just really some cool, I know they're kind of like set in stone, they have to happen sort of thing, but it's kind of cool and adds a bit of life to this race. And it's kind of cool to see a game that just isn't a racing game actually doing such detailed work really when it comes to some classic racing. Obviously these cars aren't supposed to be a handful, they're supposed to basically be widowmakers, and to just see them crashing off or breaking down all the time, because obviously these cars are pretty much prehistoric now, aren't they? And then obviously like seeing them burst into flames over the slightest thing, it's just, yeah, absolutely awesome scene. Just kind of gives it a bit of life. And for me, definitely, I kind of wish we had like some side missions where you could just race constantly. Like a really long part of free roam where there was like, I don't know, a bunch of like let's say 20 different races in different cars or something. It'd definitely be an absolute heap of fun. And if they ever did put like a little co-op mode in or an online mode, it would be awesome. Even if it was just like 8 players, it would have been great to kind of just do some of these side missions, side work, against a bunch of friends. I feel like it would be an absolute laugh. So we are coming up towards the end of the race, and I just thought I'd kind of make this video because it was just something a little bit different. And like I said, you don't see these cars very often at all, really, appearing anywhere. Aside from like mods and and stuff like Assetto Corsa. I believe Wreckfest may have mods for these kind of cars as well. So it's kind of cool just to be able to cruise around in these classic cars. So that is going to be it. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Cheers guys, peace.